Hi, my name is McIntosh. I am an artist. I'm a textile professor at Concordia University, and I'm also a fourth generation quilt maker. I'm standing in my new exhibition here at Pierre-François Ouellet Art Contemporain in Montreal. And the exhibition is titled The Gloaming. This is a specific Scottish term that refers to the time of day, like dusk, when night is falling and there's still just enough daylight to see that there might be figures in a landscape, but in a lot of ways they are indiscernible from the dark forested greens of the garden or the hills or a forest. I'm interested in this time of day as a fragile moment, somewhere between the potential dangers that come with falling nighttime, but also a time of revelry, of pleasure seeking, central to histories of cruising within the gay community. And within this body of work, there are two key elements. Behind me, you see that I'm in front of a large freestanding quilt. And in the window of the gallery, there is another one. These two works are from a series called Entanglements, and they feature figures taken from archival images from, in this case, 2 issues of The Body Politic, which is Canada's legacy gay liberation magazine. The one in the window comes from the Archives, the National LGBTQ Archives in Toronto, and the one behind me comes from les Archives Gays de Québec here in Montreal. Both of the works feature figures being entangled by plants that themselves come from medical and herbal historical journals and have queer medicinal value to them. And I selected these specific covers and the contents on the back in relation to the titles and the headlines within. So in both quilts, they refer to pivotal moments within gay liberation across the past 40 years, as well as moments of challenges, of danger, healthcare scares, and also different ways in which queer communities have sought pleasure, such as this one with its references to the real dirt and gardening. On the back side of each of the works is an amalgamation of ads, of classifieds, and stories taken from within that specific issue. And the stories themselves are ways for me to cruise across queer history, to learn more about the challenges and the struggles people have faced as a kind of reinforcement for the challenges we might face today. And each quilt is actually potted or planted in a small pot that is made from repurposed, pulped and macerated gay leather bar t-shirts. And the content of in these, they are growing in a different project called Q Matter or Queer Compost. And these were a project that I ran during the pandemic of reaching out across the void of that time to connect with different queer people across North America. And it was an invitation to send something of organic material like t-shirts, underwear, letters, books, pharmaceutical packaging that we then pulped, made into paper, and added to these growing compost piles here in Montreal and in Tennessee, the United States, where I'm from. So that is a project that is ongoing. And these two quilts themselves are surrounded by the falling gloaming or dusk in these works. And so they themselves are different shades of light, and the works that surround them are to represent, again, this kind of falling darkness. And I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the ones that are in here. This is a series of smaller quilts and collages, and sort of loosely all of those are titled The Gloaming. Similar to the quilts I just spoke about, they each feature an image taken from an archival source. In many of these, they are also from my own personal archives. The figures were selected as images from throughout queer history up to the present day of people who themselves might be in a vulnerable position. And they have been sheltered by these protective herbs. And so these are both plants that are rendered in patchwork fabric, similar to my quilting practice and heritage, and also by shadows of silk organza. The plants represent different plants found in medieval manuscripts and different herbal treatises, and I am indexing queer healing on those plants And in these works, they function as a kind of protective charm. So within them, I'm interested in this bigger idea of the gloaming, this falling darkness. Across North America, we are seeing a real assault on queer and LGBTQ rights, and I'm interested in the natural spaces, the space of the gloaming as a future retreat that queer people might themselves be needing in these times. Again, that space of the darkness is one of potential, of fragility, and also of celebration. Just as we are naturally queer, who and of we are, it might be a wonderful place for protection in these coming years. Thank you.